China's well known as the world's biggest exporter of everything from iPhones to buttons, but it's also the world's biggest importer of garbage. In the industry, it's called scrap, everything from cardboard boxes to shredded helicopters. Resource-poor China needs it to squeeze out more raw materials. And all those container ships that bring goods to the world can't come back empty, especially when the return trip is so cheap. So often they come back with garbage, more and more of it over the last decade, a lot of it from the US. That's a touchy issue in a country grappling with serious pollution problems. Earlier this year, Beijing launched a program called Green Fence to try and keep out material that's hard to recycle. Adam Minter, an author who's been covering China's recycling industry for over a decade, took us to visit a recycling company in Ningbo, just south of Shanghai, to better understand what's at stake.
So we're standing right now inside one of the world's most concentrated and intense recycling zones. There are dozens of Chinese companies here that have imported millions of tons of recyclables from around the world over the years, and they're turning it into the raw materials that feed China's industrial machine.
But for an intensely industrialized zone, the air doesn't smell too bad, huh?
No, and that's one of the reasons that it's all concentrated in one area. 10 years ago, these companies were spread out all over Ningbo. The government made the decision to move them all into one area so it's easier to regulate them and watch what they're doing, and so that tends to clean things up, and they watch each other.
Mike Chun runs a recycling firm with warehouses in the US and Europe. He pays about $1,600 for a ton of old motors and gets metal dust, steel nuggets, and here's the real money.
So what's this?
This is 91% copper. It's about $6,500 a ton on the market.
Garbage can be a lucrative business, but Mike wants to move up the food chain. He recently launched a website for scrap trading globally, and he provides comparisons of metal prices for his clients. Still, while you can chart scrap prices, every batch is different. The only real way to assess the value is to see it.
We've got somebody's, what is this, kitchen faucet.
Yeah. Okay, so what we have here is a faucet that weighs, probably 3-4 pounds, and a couple bucks a pound for this kind of a thing. You get an idea of what sort of value is here in a warehouse where you've got literally thousands of tons of brass honey scrap like this.
So here we are, your old faucet, your old water jug, all ending up here in China as another man's fortune.